Hey guys, welcome to a very mobile edition of Finders, Keepers, Losers, Weepers, Week 3 for Ridgeviews Redemption. I'm doing this in the car because I know as soon as I get home I'm going to have to unwind from work and then watch pregame for the game tonight. And I didn't want to have this video come out Tuesday or Wednesday because it kind of gets into Trent's neighborhood of being a review thing. So hope you guys enjoy it. I'm safe. I have my seatbelt and I'm paying attention to the road for the most part. So first off, the finder this week is going to go to Cody for picking up Quan Alexander, a linebacker out of Tampa Bay. Scored 22 points. He had 1 interception, 10 total tackles, 2 passes deflected, and 2 stuffs. So 22 points for a linebacker off waivers is great. I don't know if he's going to get that every week. He could. Just goes to show you how much depth there is on the waivers for linebackers. So great job, Cody, for finding our finder. I could have gone with Johnny picking up Matthews in Miami, but he already had like 10 plus fantasy points each week, and I think he had a touchdown each week. So it's not really that great of a find per se. It's just more like picking up the best guy available. But honorable mention to Johnny. My keeper this week is going to be Carlos Hyde, and he is a keeper but a borderline loser. Week 1 he had 33 points, I think, against Minnesota. Looked great. The offense looked like it was going to run through him. They were going to be a run first kind of team. He was a factor back. Gets hurt week 2 at Pittsburgh, so you can't really do much about that. And then week 3, Colin Kaepernick throws 4 interceptions, 2 pick sixes. You're down, I think, 27-0 at one point, and they just abandoned the run. And granted, the Cardinals' defense is really good against the run. I think they held Mark Ingram and Matt Forte to under 50 yards rushing. But what saved those guys is the swing pass, the wheel route, that kind of stuff. They didn't do that for Carlos Hyde. I think he had 1 catch for 10 yards, something scary like that. He is the only back in that backfield, so it's not like you have a Dexter McCluster, a Darren Sproles, a Danny Woodhead that does that kind of stuff. It's Carlos Hyde. It's all Carlos Hyde, and that's a little scary when Kaepernick has been really inconsistent. I think he's already got 6 interceptions for the year, and your team could be down a lot. You don't have that much talent around you. Your line isn't that great. You can't really ground and pound like you wanted to every single game. And so I say Carlos Hyde is a keeper because you don't know. It's only the 3rd week. He could turn it around. He could still end up being a top 15, top 20 guy. Or they're going to be playing from behind every week and he's going to suck. He's going to put up maybe a touchdown every 2 weeks. 20 yards receiving, 50 yards running. It's not looking that great. In this league, you might want to hold on to him specifically for the fact that next year he could be better. In other leagues, I would hold on to him a couple weeks, see how it goes. He could be one of those guys that you get rid of. My loser this week is going to be a guy that didn't even play, and it's not going to be Chris Ivory, even though it should be. It's not C.J. Anderson. It's not Jeremy Hill, Trent, so calm down. It's going to be Murray from Philly. They paid a lot of money to get this guy. He didn't look great week 1. He looked really bad week 2. And he's out week 3. And all of a sudden, the offense just starts to look a little better. It starts to grind a little cleaner. Ryan Matthews had 100 yards rushing. That's just rushing, not his touchdown pass and the few other passes that he caught out of the backfield. So it's really, really scary to see your offense look a lot better. I say a lot better. Sam Bradford still wasn't great, but your offense working better with you out of the lineup is a little scary. I think he only had a total of 20 yards, 20 or 30 yards week 1. He scored 2 touchdowns, so he scored 16 fantasy points, but his yardage was awful. The second game against Dallas, he had 50 yards receiving, but only like 2 total yards for rushing. So again, as a rusher, looks really, really bad. The talk has been that he's a north-south guy, and Chip Kelly's got him running east-west. I don't know if that's something that they're going to fix or if they're just going to tell him to get used to it. But right now it's looking in my eyes, really bad for DeMarco Murray in Philadelphia. He might be one of those guys too that you just wait a couple weeks and see if it's worth getting rid of, or if you're just going to hold on to him because he was such a high pick. He did get 2 touchdowns the first week, so that's good, but for the most part, man, he is close to the burn list. That was my loser, and finally is the weeper, and that's going to be me this week. I've pretty much all but lost to Cody. I have Kelsey, Jones, and Macklin to play. So if they both get 2 touchdowns, all 3 of them get 2 touchdowns, I think I can make it up, but I don't expect that to happen. I lost to Cody in the matchup of the week. Ben Roethlisberger gets hurt. Kyle Rudolph drops a pass for a touchdown that I desperately need. I put in Terrence Williams, who got 2 targets, no catches this week. And Matt Forte was the only bit of offense against Seattle this week, and I was so upset. Cutler didn't play, Alshon Jeffrey didn't play. Martellus Bennett was the only one that had offensive yards in that game, and 1 catch, I think, by Eddie Royal. But it was just not my week. I'm upset, but there's always next week. It's only week 3. Things are going to get better unless you're Brendan. Things are this is about as bad as they're going to be, and they're going to stay this bad. But thanks you guys for listening to my opinions, watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it again. Next week I'll be a little bit safer. I won't be driving. And as always, trade. Pick up people on waivers so I have stuff to talk about. Also, players are always in flux, so you never know who was bad in the beginning and who's going to come out looking better at the end. Like I said, good luck next week. Had fun this week, and go Pack, go.